Let's learn something really quick.
If you got the time, absolutely. And you got the discipline, there's no question about it.
I love that. Yeah, that's a great practice to put into your everyday life, you guys.
You generally regret the things you don't do, not the things you did do. Let me say it that way.
Mic drop. This was just awesome. I love meeting my guests in person, and it's a whole nother animal, and the energy is just electric. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, bring you incredible guests from all over the world, so sit back, relax, and tune in. My next guest, I cannot wait, is a New York City celebrity makeup artist, esthetician, cosmetic educator for over 20 years. She's a former Amazon Live teaching women of all ages makeup and skincare lessons. So you guys know that this is all up in my alley. Please welcome Amanda Gabbard. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited.
Oh, I am more excited. Okay, so when we connected initially, you guys, so for those of you that are tuning in, watching, wherever you're seeing this at, like I have had a skincare line, and I'm all about makeup and beauty and all that stuff. So we immediately hit it off. Immediately. So I love all of that stuff. I just I've had to teach myself how to do my makeup. I never used to wear makeup, forever. Never
Really?
Barely any makeup forever. And as I've gotten a little older, I watch a lot of those tutorials to how to do makeup. I'm fascinated by it.
I mean, my whole life, and I still am at night ooh, it's so cool. I love all of it. People who are older than me, younger than me, I can't stop learning.
No.
The only problem is that we spend all of our money because we're I need that 90th concealer.
Yeah. So I follow this chick on TikTok. I don't even know how I found her. I have no idea. Her name's Michaela something. So I follow her and she does a lot of makeup tutorials. So the last one she did was the drugstore brand and then top of the line brand. Yeah. And she wore it over a period of 12 hours and her husband came home and she's like, well, which side do you think is the high end? One side was $2,000, the one side was $120. He actually picked, and I kid you not, the drugstore side lasted longer and looked better than the $2,000.
I love it so much because I always say I like high end, mid, low. I like all of it. I don't discriminate. I want people to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
And feel like they can look their best self and not have to spend so much money. Yeah. Because now drugstore stuff is really good.
Yeah.
And I like the fancy stuff as well, but I'm from Kansas. So I'm I grew up on drugstores, so I always have to, do a little back and forth.
Yeah, well, I think, we're label free here, right? So, we're not about labels and anything with ourselves and our mind, beliefs, and even, makeup or skincare. I do think that some skincare, the more expensive brands, use better quality products. Not all.
I agree.
I found some very good items at TJ Maxx for $5. I've been using this oil that was $4.50 on my skin for the last 2 months, and it's phenomenal.
See, you just said oil, and I'm oh, tell me more. I love that because here's what I tell everyone, and you already know this because of your beauty experience, but so lotion is great. Moisturizer sits like this. Let's say like icing on the cake, right? It's hugging it. It's nice. Serum and oil goes like this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the older I get, I've always been really dry, no matter what, dry like a reptile, like a gentle, nice reptile. Yeah. But it hydrates because it goes into the grains and it's going into that elasticity to help it. So oil is everything. Yeah. So, and put it on the neck and chest too. I love a serum is key for everything.
Yeah. So I do a lot of layers now. We're going to get into everything. We're just talking
I get really excited about serum and things.
Do you do microneedling? So I bought the one from Amazon. So I microneedle a couple of times a week. So I love doing that and maybe putting a mask on and then doing my serum or my oil, then a serum, then my moisturizer. And so some of my girlfriends are how does your skin look so good? I'm well, I do my maintenance. I do
the maintenance. I exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week in the shower. So it's a steam room. If I'm giving you a facial, it opens up your pores. Yeah. And just a little handheld, it's so not expensive. It's I buy them on bulk from Amazon. Just a little scrub brush with a cleanser. Do your neck, chest, back of hands, mask once a week. I do my little Amazon microneedler up and down and then side to side. Yep. And I'm also hitting the neck and chest too.
Yes.
it's getting all crepey. And I do the gua sha. I love that. Like, if you can really not have to spend a lot of money, if you can't get facials all the time, there's so many awesome products on the market now.
Now, when you are working with your clients, okay, how do you do the skin prep for them? Because I'm sure you've got your celebrity clients, all that, of all their skin is probably all over the place. They're not all the same, right?
Yeah. I mean, every single human I work with, I think it's interesting if you're a makeup artist, and same with hair.
Yeah.
The texture, are the dry, oily, combination, acneic, aging skin. Yeah, there are so many things, rosacea, everything to take into consideration. So that's why the kits are so heavy and so big, is we have everything under the sun. But I'll usually do like a Cetaphil wipe, because no one's really allergic to that. Knock on wood. No one has been yet. And do a less rose water, like I like the Mario Badescu, just like a rose water spray to help take in all that nice hydration when I put the serum on. So I mean, again, it's label free. I like all of them. I'll put a serum on.
Okay.
And then I'll let that set, and then I'll put a primer on.
Okay.
And usually when I'm doing makeup, they're getting their photo taken, so I don't put SPF on.
Okay.
I always leave that till, you can go one day.
Just a serum, no moisturizer. So, because I do
I'll do serum and then moisture. But if they're already kind of combination, I can just do the serum and then I'll do the primer. Whether it's silicone based, if they need more moisture, or water based, if they are a little acneic and they're too oily. But then I would do like a light moisturizer on top. Okay. So layers and layers and layers, you're giving it time to soak in. Oh, and I forgot one of my favorite things. It's a vitamin C that has also hyaluronic acid and vitamin E in it. Yeah. So those are all three things we want. So vitamin C brightens and tightens, the hyaluronic acid plumps and hydrates, and the vitamin E softens. So that's a great one too. And it's also on Amazon.
You can make that yourself.
I mean, I'm a little drip. I am kind of a mixologist sometimes, like, I'm a chemist.
I've got a bottle. So I told you before, like my mom and I had a skincare line. So she's like, was experimenting with squalene oil. So she's like, oh my God, Deanna, I got this squalene oil. She's like, it's been so good. I'm like, yeah, I used to take squalene supplements a long time ago. I've taken everything. And I still do to this day. Like, I love to experiment with my supplements because I feel like inside out, comes from inside
definitely.
out. And so, like, I've had this squalene oil, and it's really, it's fantastic.
It's so great. I think it was so popular. People were like, well, let me just see. And real people are saying it's great, actually. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of weird things we ingest to keep our skin tight and right, I've been drinking, I don't think I've ever told anyone this, my husband knows, there's a big bottle of aloe vera in our fridge. Yeah. Okay. And I drink it every day. And it's horrible. But I do feel like it's kind of coating my organs and the upper.
Sure. It helps with other things too, but you don't have to drink the nasty kind, okay? There's a Hispanic kind that is very tasty. And it tastes delicious. I love it.
Oh, okay. Well, I need the delicious one. Something like
yeah.
It'll make it worth it.
We're sharing a lot of secrets here with you guys. So you're watching or listening, whatever you're doing, write this stuff down. We're giving you secrets to like the skin, okay? And speaking of skin and all things that you do, so you are a celebrity makeup artist, esthetician. How is that being in that echelon of artists compared to maybe when you first started out?
Well, it's a good question. And still to this day, it's been like 20 years, and I work on celebrities, people on TV, and then everyday people. So to me, it's just always, it's kind of normal now. Yeah. But I feel like everything comes back to adapting to the person that you're with. So if I'm in the room with them, do they feel like talking? Or they need to be on their phone? They want to be quiet and prep for their performance or a red carpet or a wedding or something. So I think no matter who it is, any walk of life, and I think I told you initially, my parents are all psychiatrists. So I'm reading the room. You feel the energy of the person. Are they nervous? Do they want whatever they want to do? I will do. Yeah. And a little compliment never hurts. Everyone wants to feel good. So I want to be the person, no matter who it is, to walk into the room and they say, oh, I'm so glad she's here. As opposed to, they're kind of annoying and they talk too much. So I think just adapting to the people and listening to them. Yeah. And not waiting for them to stop talking so you can keep talking, which in our business is tough because we're working, we're getting to know people, but sometimes you just need to stay in your lane and,
Sure.
adapt. Yeah.
So have you ever been, well, first, like, when did you start working with celebrities?
Oh my gosh, here and there at the beginning, and you obviously are like pretending that you're not.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you ever get starstruck?
I mean,
Or
usually
you're-
it happens afterwards.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going into, but I also want to treat them like I'm completely calm. I don't want,
Yeah.
But I think sometimes, growing up in Kansas, I'll be like, God, I used to watch, Brooke Shields on Blue Lagoon and The Godfather and Al Pacino. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm telling him what to do. Like,
Yeah.
can you look up for me? Can you look down? And you're so close. It's like a dentist is one more step closer. So
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
be very, in control. And I appreciate the entertainment industry so much. I was in it for a long time. Now I like to be on the other side, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know how much pressure they have. It's exciting. They want to look good and feel good. So I love to be like the little fairy godmother behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
On your Instagram, which she's a fabulous Instagram, and we're going to tell you where you can follow her and support her and watch her stuff. And so you have worked on Brooke Shields, and even recently, right?
It was about 2 years ago I worked on her.
Okay.
Last year was Al Pacino, and then another one that I would say I was actually pretty nervous was Kamala Harris. Because, there's some, secret security around
Yeah.
service, and I just thought like, oh my God, if I am putting the makeup on, and what if my hand slips? She was so amazing and just so smart, and just, that was something that I thought, oh my God, because people were watching me do it.
Yeah.
I
for
thought
sure.
if I slip,
Yeah. They were going to pull some guns on you, like, what are you doing?
yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I shooted a medium lash. I put a long one on. I'm sorry. No.
How was Brooke Shields? Because I think that's like anybody listening, she's like iconic status.
She's iconic.
She seems like she's like so down to earth.
So down to earth.
Yeah.
And so lovely and normal and nice and asking questions. And you just feel like you're talking to your girlfriend, only it happens to be absolutely stunning, hilarious, talented. She's very funny. And I'm her close friends know that, but I think you can't get past the beauty at first. And then you're like, oh my God, she's just so real. And so you do feel like you're working on an American treasure.
Yeah.
Like to touch those eyebrows and her cheekbones. And my friend Robin Crowley was doing her hair, and we thought, wow, this is an amazing day. That was something
Very cool.
that you want to call your mom after.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
that's something.
Like all your friends, everything. Like, oh my God, I just worked on Brooke Shields. Like, I just watched her on 2.5 Men. Like, I play that sometimes at night just because
yeah.
like it puts me to sleep. I need the noise. And she was hilarious on there. And I'm like, oh my God, how the heck did she gotta get on there with Charlie Sheen? And she just seems like, you can feel that energy from her that comes to the screen, that she's like, just seems like very normal. I mean, we're all people. We all come in this world the same way. We're all
Yeah.
okay? But when they reach a point of celebrity and you hear those horror stories, and I'm sure you've come across them, where they just think that they're larger than life and they're better than everybody. And that to me is just, I would hate to have to work on someone like that.
It's tough. You just kind of, understand. You understand what your place and what you need to do. It's challenging, and at the end of the day, I think maybe they're nervous. Maybe they are feeling insecure. Maybe they need a little extra love.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Or did someone just treat them bad? Or did they get a bad email or a text? Sometimes I'll think, instead of me just, or anyone thinking, oh, immediately, well, they're like that.
Yeah.
Well, we all have really bad days, and
Yeah.
maybe when I'm in Walgreens, I'm in a bad mood sometimes. People think, well, she's a mean person, but I'm not, so I try to give the benefit of the doubt.
Sure. That's a good way to look at it. I know that I've been mean sometimes and I've had a bad day, and I try not to do that anymore. Like, I have to check myself. Like, it's not their fault, Deanna. Like, you just cool it. Be nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't know if they're having a bad day, too. Yeah. You mentioned Al Pacino. So what's it like working with women's skin versus men's skin? Like, I find that fascinating.
Oh, it is fascinating because for the most part, 70% of women take good care of their skin, and they're buying things and they're exfoliating and doing their creams and lotions and potions. And it's funny, I work on a lot of guys as well. And I got to say, the younger guys are like, my Max Studio Fix powder number is this. I use this serum. Because they know they're on TV often and their skin is fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
But I think the older generation, it wasn't a big thing. Sunscreen, everyone smoked and all this stuff. So I bring things in my kit to fix, like emergency kits, like a little exfoliator, tweezers, nose hair trimmer, ear hair, like all the things, like the magic goodies. You really just have to know skin, which is why I went back to esthetician school after being a makeup artist for so many years, because I thought, man, if you don't know skin, the makeup's going to look terrible. You could have the most expensive grouping of Chanel and Armani and all the greatest things in the world. It could be the $2,000 on the side of the face that you were saying.
Yeah.
But if their skin doesn't look good, they say, I don't like the makeup. I don't want to hire you again. So I carry all my little special tools in there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Dry shampoo never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
A little primer to cover things up.
Yeah. I actually just started using primer, but I think all men should do skincare. Like I try to get my husband to do it. Like, well, he'll do we'll do Botox together. He'll do that.
That's great.
You know,
that's funny.
Yeah.
And it's very normal now. I think get him to exfoliate, and I have my husband do like the Biore strips. He would kill me if he heard me say that, but it's like you get one face. We can tighten it, we can inject it and cut it and all the things, but we only have one skin. So do like a clay mask, just exfoliate, and men need to wear sunscreen, SPF every day.
Yes.
Really do.
I got those peel pads, you know, like you can do it morning and night. And I told him, I said, this would be really good for your skin. You should do it.
Yes. I love those little pads.
He'll do a mask every once in a while with me. And it's just like, I'm like, listen, I got to look at you for the rest of my life. Can you please just take care of your skin?
Yeah. Like we only have this. Like, come on. It doesn't take long at all. Even not washing their face at night. Even just the dirt and oil from the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And especially if he's out there on the street all day long, dealing with people, sweating and all that stuff. The sun. Oh, yeah, for sure. So, men.
Oh, yeah.
Hint, hint. Take care of your skin. If it's not for you, do it for the person that you love.
That's a PSA.
So, what is one of your favorite things that you've done or who you've worked on or something you've experienced over the last 20 years of your career?
Oh my gosh. I really love doing, like in general, as I love working with photographers and videographers and designers and other hair and makeup people with beautiful models and creating a shoot, whether it's to style their dresses or, a promotion for something, but being on board with that magic that happens, to see the finished product, all the gorgeous, gazelles and their outfits. And then same thing, I think, being a part of a show that goes, like, I've done a lot of Broadway performers. I love seeing them beforehand. And then I'm in the audience. I run out right before the show starts and just watching them talk about the songs they do and interpretation and their journey. A TV show I did for many years was Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. I was lucky enough to do her makeup, and that was like 5 years. And so we got to see all the workings, the inner workings of a show.
Sure. Like
dissecting a joke. Is that funny? Is this funnier? The whole entire crew. It's such a family. And I love to see how behind the scenes works, and then the magic on stage and the entertainment. Like I've been in both beauty and entertainment my whole life. So it's so exciting to me to see, this was a big show we have and we're doing a concert or so. Being a part of it is, I guess, what I'm saying at the end of the day. It just never gets old.
Oh, I bet. And you're part, I would assume, just like here in Chicago, like a very competitive market with makeup artists, estheticians.
Yes.
So, what sets you apart from all the others?
That's a really good question. And I know it sounds so lame, but I really do mean it. I'm a Midwesterner at heart. So we ask how you are. We're actually wanting to hear the answer. And because I was an actress 2 years ago, then I went into beauty. So beauty and entertainment can often be the ugliest fields. And I was never like that as an actor either. Like if I was in the waiting room to go audition and we printed off sides because we didn't have phones then. Yeah. So we had sides. And the girl would say, I didn't know we had to memorize anything. So I'd give her mine.
Oh,
so I'm confident enough, not cocky, but confident enough. And also, what's it going to do? They're going to decide who they want.
Yeah.
I feel bad for this person who didn't know that. And then when I switched to beauty, I was like, oh man, I thought I got past all that competition. But it is cutthroat. And that's something I will never stoop to that level to do. I'm all about, let's work together. Oh, what are you using? Well, what you should do is use this instead.
Yeah.
Why not just help each other? I feel like you look much more secure and a confident person when you say, oh my gosh, tell me about that. Did you like that? Or, hey, I have something to show you that will help you. Competition is something we have to deal with. I just choose to do it as a nice human. People's feelings get hurt. People have egos. But at the end of the day, I can sleep well at night knowing I didn't do any of that dirty stuff to get to where I am. It's who I am as a person. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm the greatest makeup artist in the world ever. I'm really, really good. And sometimes I'm great. But I think people skills, it's who you want to be around. So I think that reputation is solid and it makes a difference. You can be amazing, but you can be a jerk to work with.
Absolutely. I love that. I think maybe it's the Midwest in us, right? Because we're both Midwestern girls. Like, we were raised right. No matter you put us in New York, put us in California, put us in Miami, we're still going to be, we were raised right, okay? So let this be a lesson to you out there. If you're watching, we were raised right. Let's teach you something, okay? It's good always wins. Good always wins. We might not win a battle, but we will win the war. Let me tell you.
I tell you what, like, don't take our niceness for naivete, because we can, show up when we need to, but I just lead with being a normal, nice human. It's so not complicated.
Yes, I love that. Amen to that. What are coming up for you? Maybe something exciting you might want to share with us.
Oh my gosh, what am I coming up with right now? I'm doing CBS a lot. I'm working with a bunch of sports people, which I love. I have a branding business with my partner, John. He's like a brother to me. I've known him for 13 years, and we brand people's businesses. So whether it's a small bakery, a big, huge corporation, what I do for people's faces, I do for their brands, like little commercials and highlight reels. So that's something, again, on the creative director side. I'm dipping into producing now. So
look at you. Oh my goodness. You belong in the entertainment world. That's all that it is. Okay. It's your personality too. And the creativity. Oh, yeah. You have to have creativity for that stuff.
I always say I don't want to wait to create. I'm going to make it happen myself, because it's so fun. What's the worst that can happen?
Right. True. I agree. I live by that motto too. With that being said, Amanda, where can people find you, connect with you, learn more about the work that you do, and follow you and just support you?
Sure. Instagram is the best place to follow me. So it's at Amanda S. Gabbard. So AMANDA SGABBARD. And then my website is AmandaGabbardBeauty.com. I went off Twitter. I don't do the TikToks. I know I need to, but that's all I have for now.
It's a lot to be on. You guys have put those links in the show notes. So if you connected with her, want to learn more about her, working with her, or just follow her journey and support her in general, go click those links. Go give her a follow. And if you want to say hi, I'm sure she would love to hear from you. This is the part of the show, Amanda, where I like to ask for last words of wisdom or advice. What would you like to leave with us today?
I would have 2 things to say.
Okay.
Say yes, fake it till you make it when opportunity arises. And the last one, just be kind.
Yeah.
Just smile and be kind. Just try that for a whole week and see what happens.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And the fake it till you make it? Absolutely. I've done that a lot in my life.
Me too.
And nobody needs to know, but you can tell the story later. Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. It was so great to connect with you again, hear some of your stories, because I think everybody likes to hear those juicy celebrity stories, and you've done it up close and personal and had to experience yourself firsthand. So it was so much fun to learn from you and talk beauty.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. You're awesome.
So are you. Thank you. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu. To live your best life, you must live label-free. As always, don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, share, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.